So last night, the SAVE Act passed through the House of Representatives. Now, we've been talking about the SAVE Act and other bills like it. This isn't the first time something like this has passed. And this whole thing is a Republican attempt to change how elections work, put limits on who can vote, require ID at the polls, require proof of citizenship, all of these things. Now, most states require ID anyway, but by changing what types of ID are acceptable, it's going to limit people's access to vote. Now, you're going to hear MAGA come out and say, well, who doesn't have their birth certificate, or who doesn't have this document? Just because you have those documents does not mean everybody has access to them. And those documents are not free. For example, you need a copy of a birth certificate. For some people, you can go to your local courthouse where you were born, especially for Republicans. A lot of them don't leave their hometown. You go to your home county's courthouse, you get your copy, you've got it, maybe it's $20, whatever the fee is. Problem is, not everybody can do that. Sometimes, if adoptees, for example, they have to go somewhere else. Like in Iowa, you have to go to the State Department of Vital Records to get a copy. And then if you've been married, you'd have to have your birth certificate and the marriage license showing you've changed your name. There's more and more steps to voting here. They are trying to change it to limit who can vote, because when people turn out, Republicans lose. When there's high voter turnout, they vote Democrat, because more people are liberal-minded or against necessarily the conservative idea. They don't want to keep things the way they always were. They're up for at least some amount of change. But the other thing, and why they're pushing it, when it probably won't pass the Senate due to the filibuster, they're pushing it for a talking point. They want to have clips to run on in the election. They want to be able to say, well, we held this vote. Not a single Democrat voted to protect our elections and all this. And the Democrats in the Senate, oh, they want anybody to vote. They want illegals to vote. They want this, they want that. Trying to pass this is more about spinning the narrative going into the election than it is actually doing anything or actually fixing something. This is the Republican playbook. This is what they do at every step, right? They are trying to fix something that isn't broken. They're identifying a problem that isn't there. But then when the Democrats don't jump on board with fixing this thing that doesn't need fixing, then they're going to blame the Democrats for allowing the made-up problem to actually happen. Don't fall for it, and don't get too stressed about the SAVE Act. It is not going to pass, and even if by some miracle it passes the Senate, the courts are going to throw it out as being unconstitutional.